Right, so what I have here is a Oneup Shark 50 tooth expander to your cassette. Comes with the 50 tooth. Let's see if you can see it there. And then an 18 middle ring and two extension arms. So what you have to do is put these on your existing derailleur. This only works for Shimano. So I have a Shimano XT M8000 cassette, and you take off the 17 and 19 rings, put in this 18, and put it onto a standard ceramic back. The arms only work on Shimano, they don't work on SRAM. So I have a Shimano XT derailleur, and you have to take these arms off and replace them with these arms. And it also comes with this bolt that you've got to sort of press in, and it replaces the existing bolt that's on the existing derailleur. So, all right, here we go. First, let's take these rings out. I don't need that spacer. Okay, that's a 19, 17. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on directly onto the body here. Let's find the... Why can't I see it? Oh, there it is. Alright, so first thing that goes on, of course, is the Shark. It's got a little arrow there. I don't know if you can see it there. And there's an arrow showing where it goes. If you can't figure it out, then you shouldn't be doing this. And next, big ring. And I don't believe I need a spacer there because this one has a spacer. Yeah, I think that's good. And this one has a spacer there. Drop that on. And here's where we do need a spacer. Possibly, possibly not. Nope. And of course I'm lining it up. It only goes one way. And now I put a spacer in. And the existing 15 from the existing cassette. Don't need a spacer there. And the lock ring. Okay. Alright, that's the easy part. Let's make sure it's spaced nicely. Looks like it's a good gap there. Alright, evenly spaced all the way down. So, alright, now comes the fun part. If you have a retaining bolt you got to undo there. If you can see that. I got my Phillips screwdriver. Remember to take the clutch off. Unscrew this retaining off. There it is. Now you open up your derailleur spring, and let's see, just use two fingers and do it like that. Let this spin around so there's no pressure on it. There's a washer under there, so be careful. It should stay on the body and not on that. Alright, so now you want to get a 4mm and remove the derailleur. It unscrews. This stays. That's your clutch assembly. A couple more screws, and there's a big spring, so I'm going to turn it this way. Alright, now watch as this comes off. You want to make sure that the spring goes in the proper way. As you can see, the flat end of the spring goes into the derailleur itself, and the hook part goes on the pulley assembly. Alright, and one little washer. So I'm not going to worry about this anymore. And then you just take the pulleys off and mount the pulleys onto here. So this is the obviously the bottom part. It's going to be on the outside, and it's going to be the bottom of the derailleur. So here we go. This is the inside. Here's the bottom. Actually, yeah, this is. And that takes a 3. And this goes counterclockwise. So it's going to go that way. Okay. All right, going to reassemble, making sure that washer stays there, and make sure the spring goes in the right way. There's a slot. You want this flat part of the spring to go in that slot, and there's a spacer here, a plastic spacer. Let me show you. It does come out, and make sure that sucker doesn't get smushed. So again, put the spring in. It only goes in one way, flat part down. This plastic retaining spacer only goes in one way, nice and flush, and a flat washer, and we're ready to assemble. Hold it together, make sure everything's flush, turn it back around, and tighten it up. Everything's flush before I crank down on it. Good snug. And there we go. Pinch this bad boy around. And I gotta put the retaining cap on there. So I'm gonna, for the retain. So it is a 2.5 on this one, and that's the one that comes with the Shark kit. It's got Loctite on there still, so I'm good. I don't know if you can see that. Bolt. Alright, so now we want to flip, and if you need to adjust the clutch, it's got a cover on that, so you don't have to take it back apart on this model. Line it up. Let's see, let's make sure everything's pushed down. There we go. All right, that feels good. I've only done this a couple times on a derailleur. This is like my third time taking a derailleur apart. It's pretty obvious. But I've got that. And that. Alright, just putting the derailleur on like you would any other derailleur. Go. Alright, when it adjusted, took a little bit of finagling, a little slow going down to that 42 tooth, but it goes up nicely. But when you're at speed on the trail, it'll go much faster. The clutch is on, got play chain available. 50 tooth shark.
It is very nice.